Hello everyone and thanks for watching. This is Moonride where we're channeling Man in the Moon. Today I'm going to take a look at Elizabeth Warren. I saw her really rising the other day. I wasn't actually even channeling on Warren. But suddenly there she is with her impressive platform. I just want to know, well, I don't really think it's right now to ask is she going to win right now because I don't know if we really know. But I do want to ask, what advice would we give Elizabeth Warren? If you know Elizabeth, maybe you could send her this video, tell her to take it with a grain of salt, because everything can change. So Spirit, what about Warren? Wow, she's really smiling now. Elizabeth Warren looks just great. So look, Warren made her mistake, and it's such a minor error, such a minor mistake. It's incredible to see how this was exploited, and it was just a political one. It was not one of character. Let's see. So she's really learned from that. There's a big knife and there's a little knife, and the little knife is where you do stuff which is not so. What's the word? It doesn't look like war, but it's war. That's one thing that she figured out. Like, don't go against Trump with the army. Go against Trump with the little intuitive knife that is yours. So she figured that one out, and she really figured that one out. One thing about Warren is she's been pre-disastered. She's already battled Trump, and he did not really win. There are some people who want to say nasty things, but those are just random people. They're always going to say that about Warren. Okay. I do really get the feeling that there's a real chance that she could get to the White House. Man, wouldn't that be a triumph too? I see her rallying. I see her doing really, really well. I feel like she's going to pass Sanders pretty soon. That she'll get up to more like 17 points. She's starting to gain on Biden. Biden's looking a little bit disappointed. Biden, yeah, he doesn't seem to be anywhere in this picture, but he's not really the subject here today. I wonder if Sanders or Warren might pick Sanders for a running mate, but it might be Buttigieg that she chooses, just to kind of balance out the ticket a little bit. There's some ethical concerns that she has. She's trying to be inclusive and include a gay guy as well as somebody whose opinions aren't so aren't too aren't considered extreme by the mainstream. Yeah, here's what Warren has done really, really well. Just forget the noise. Just get to the task. Get to the business of doing stuff. So I see her. Here's a carrot, and she's just chopping it up really quickly. Like, just get to the dinner, and that's really smart of her. That actually has worked really well. She's got back to her roots, which were this really assertive. Let's talk about stuff, not get mired in gossip. She's really gone there. That was a mistake. Yeah, just to the meat and potatoes. That's what I see. There's a lot of kitchen references in here. Yeah, she's figured out, don't try to be someone you're not. Don't try to be such a person that's, forget this likability nonsense, right? What people are going to like in the future is not the same as what people liked in the last election. It looks really good. Now I see the sun coming around the side of a mountain. Seems to be shining really a lot on Warren. Hmm. Anything else that we're getting? Yeah, I wonder if it isn't Buttigieg she's going to choose. He's a younger guy that like has a lot of appeal. Let me just tell you the image because it's quite hilarious. So there's Warren at a beach. The sun has gone past the some kind of mountain, and there's a whale. Okay, the whale comes up, opens its mouth, and out walks Buttigieg. Right. So it's kind of what an image of his just surprise, sort of almost surprise arrival. And it's almost symbolic too, because he's been through the belly of the whale. He's been through all this stuff. He knows what it's like in terms of, he knows what right wingers are like. He's a Indiana mayor who was in the army. So, in some sense, he's kind of pre-disastered. You can only get him on his being gay, and people don't like attacking people that are gay anymore. That's now considered bad form and kind of desperate as well. It should be, but this is a new phenomenon. Mm. It's not decided, and there is something about Buttigieg, some negative thing that we don't know. There's some they're going to target him with something. I see a bow and arrow, and he gets hit by the arrow right here, like in at the top of his thigh. He's able to pull it out, but it doesn't. It's not wholly sufficient to stop the problem. Like the head of the arrow gets stuck in his thigh, and it takes him a while to get it out. So he does get it out, but it's not at all instant. Anything else, Spirit, that we need to know about Elizabeth Warren? What advice would we give her? Be strong, be clear. I'm seeing a box, like make everything very clear, and do your best to summarize things in a couple of minutes so it's clear. Like here's the box. Don't listen to too many pundits. Don't listen to too many people tell you do this, do that. The normal political advice that you would be given now, it just doesn't work anymore. This is just a new time, and none of the things that used to work. People have failed to grasp this. We live in a new time, and all of the things that we try to do right now are completely new. They will have no correlation to the past. And in some ways, that's not a bad thing. Call things like you see them. There's a square, there's a circle, there's a triangle. Just call them as you see them. Don't try to dress it up at all. A lot of people are perceiving her as a sort of antidote to the Trumps of the world. She could do it. She really could pull it off. It'll be a fabulous adventure. It'll be incredible. But chemistry, she's holding a thing up as like chemistry. And I think one thing about Warren that I would advise, she has more chemistry with people than she is given credit for. There's lots of people working in the old style, thinking the world is like such and such. No, she's got more chemistry with people than most realize. She just doesn't motivate by fear the way Trump does. She motivates people in another way to kind of like, this is my truth, this is my truth, this is my truth. It might be that right now is the time. Look, I certainly do not see that she won't do it. It seems that there is a very good chance that she will win as President of the United States. It's a really good chance. Hmm. Hmm. Others are involved. Hmm. Yeah. One other thing that I hope people notice, in my image, Trump is, while she's rising, Trump is, subsiding. His power is going down and down and down. I know that it's a very worrisome time. A frustrated president is not a good thing to have for any of us, but notice that his power is really waning every single day. As we move towards his re-election, his power is waning. Understand that the Republicans can't really replace him as the candidate. They're stuck with him. This might be great for all the people on the left because all they have is Trump. And everything that he played out in the last election, it's already been played. There's nothing new there. And here comes this woman with all of these new ideas. Trump has already leveled the Pocahontas thing on her, and that's all he's got against her. He can scream socialist all he wants, but people don't really care as much about that word anymore. And again, the dynamics are changing. So look for her. Spirit, is there anyone else that we might look at? I think Sanders is still definitely in the running. Sanders still has some possibilities. And Biden does. But you know what I see when I see Biden? I see a cloud. And I see that the cloud kind of dissipates. There's no more water there. Anything else? Anything else? Well, just one more thing in that is just really good luck to Warren. I think that every image that I see her, she's smiling, she is looking really happy, she's holding some kind of, almost like power in her hand. She's holding this staff of power. It looks very good to me. Right? I'd say that she has very good chances. Just stick to the truth. It's not necessary for her to make up stories or lies or create up nasty words for anyone. It's just not necessary. Stick to the truth. Don't be drawn into Trump's name-calling nonsense. You're strong enough for that. Hillary was defeated because she was kind of part of that unclear, at least people perceived her as bound by the political norms of her structured sort of, not even necessarily party, but just the structure of DC. Elizabeth Warren is not in that camp. She's going to be perceived differently. And we all have to stop looking at the past to assume that the political future will be the same. It will not be the same. We're building a new house. This is the tearing down right now of the old one, but on top of the foundations of this, some of those foundation points are strong, though not others. We will build a new house and move on. Elizabeth Warren here is looking at me with some confidence, and she's giving me a thumbs up. Right? So on that note, thanks for watching.